Hey, what's up everybody, Nexil here. Today we're talking about some new Kingdom Hearts stuff that's coming out. So for those of you who follow me for Union Cross and Dark Road, I am just a big Kingdom Hearts fan. It has nothing really to do with Union Cross. I liked Kingdom Hearts already and then got into Union Cross. So of course, your boy is super excited about the new stuff that's coming out, about Melody of Memory. We got some new products today. We got some new box art, things like that. So we're going to be talking about all that stuff. But I do want to say, before I get started, I am going to go on a temporary hiatus up until September 2nd. Again, if you didn't catch the live stream, I have something very, very important to do that day, and I really need to buckle down and get my stuff done so that way that is ready to go. All right, so before we go ahead and start talking about Melody of Memory, there is one really quick Union Cross update to talk about. So we did get the new upright magic metal deal. This is similar to the previous ones, the reverse speed, upright speed, reverse power, upright power, where they pretty much had like just random assortments of tier 10, sometimes tier 9s. They throw them all in a banner. It's a Mercy 15,000 jewels. You get one of the tier 10s or tier 9s guaranteed within 3 pulls, so 4,500 jewels. So it's not very expensive, but I do recommend skipping on this one if you don't have 17,000 jewels, because anniversary is literally about a week and a day away. So I really recommend saving your jewels if you don't have enough. There are still a lot of jewels to be earned, so the big bonus challenges are active, weekly challenges are active, daily challenges are active, and your daily logins are still valid. And that's not including any jewels we might get for JP's anniversary. So really, I recommend saving. Again, any medals that you get in this don't have traits. Some of them are useful with or without traits, but without traits, it's kind of like that A-class medal versus an S-class, which you could potentially be pulling for with JP's anniversary next week. So it is a skip for me. If you want to pull, it's only 4,500 jewels to get a Mercy. Again, no traits, so just take that all into mind. Weigh out what your chances are. What are the odds of you getting what you want? Remember, you can always do the math. All right, moving on to Melody of Memory. So we did get a new trailer, so we are going to go ahead and watch the trailer. We're going to talk about the box art a bit because I was thinking about it pretty much all day today, and then we're going to talk about some super cool product that sounds like it's coming out. So let's go ahead and watch the trailer. And I do have to, unfortunately, be talking during this trailer, otherwise we're going to get slammed with copyright, and it's going to be a huge problem. But talking about Melody of Memory, I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to go. It looks like they announced it for both the Switch and the PS4, so I'm wondering how it's going to play on the PS4 as opposed to the Switch. Is it going to be touchscreen on the Switch? Is it going to be strictly just the analog with the PS4, like Persona 5 Dancing All Night? Or is it Dancing Starlight? It's Dancing Starlight, like Theater Rhythm. So there's like a lot of these games that are out, and they all sort of work a little bit differently. Like Theater Rhythm had the DS where you kind of scrolled along. But with this game, it looks like it's mainly just a tapping game. It's like that one Japanese arcade game, Groove Coaster, which I am a huge fan of. So I'm actually super excited to see this. It looks like we do get a playlist of all the music, and then we get like a story archive with like the theater mode. Sounds really, really cool. At least it looks like a theater mode. I'm not really sure if it has all the theater mode stuff, but we'll see. It looks like there's a versus battle, so this is going to be absolutely huge because I think that there are going to be rankings for this. They're going to post them online, and people are going to go for recognition. It's like that with a lot of Japanese arcade games. Now, let's see this.
An all-new chapter in this game.
Okay, so there was absolutely no dialogue with that. That was actually the first time I saw it, but it is coming out November 13, which is literally only like less than 3 months away, which is absolutely amazing because I am super excited for this. Like 2020 has been an absolutely bananas year, but I am super excited that we're getting another Kingdom Hearts game. I still count Remind as, you know, kind of Kingdom Hearts game because it pretty much like changed the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3. It essentially changed the way I viewed it. So I count Remind. So we get Remount this year. We get Melody of Memory, so I'm actually super duper excited. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Melody of Memory box art, because I feel like there's actually a lot going on here. So when they announced this, they said, how many of these scenes do you recognize? And each one of these scenes is sort of representative of a game that came already. So the first 3, I'm pretty sure, are all Kingdom Hearts 1. So the top left one with Riku and Mickey, that is pretty much when the door to... So spoilers alert, there's like a mini spoiler alert here. So if you are not caught up on the series, you might want to skip the next, I don't know, like 3-4 minutes. But that first scene, top left, that's the ending of Kingdom Hearts 1, pretty much where Mickey and Riku were trapped behind the door. They were closing the door of Kingdom Hearts and then sealing all the darkness inside of there. So that is from the first game. The middle screen, top middle screen, is also from the first game. I believe it is when Sora is reaching out to Kairi at the end of Kingdom Hearts when they are getting separated. So Sora's going one way, Kairi is going back to the Destiny Islands, being reformed after defeating the final boss in Kingdom Hearts 1. So I'm pretty sure that is what that scene is. The top right scene, I'm not really sure. I'm like 99% sure. I've seen it before. I just can't remember where, but I distinctly remember these two smiling, and I'm pretty sure they're smiling at Sora. I just don't remember what scene it's from, but I'm pretty sure it's still in the Kingdom Hearts 1 part. Moving on to the picture that's all the way in the left, we've got Naminé, which is representative of Chain of Memories. And then moving pretty much one screen right of that, we've got Sora. He's got his hands behind his head. He's doing the smile he always does in Kingdom Hearts 2. This is pretty much Sora's default stance in Kingdom Hearts 2, where he's got like his feet, they're kind of clicking. His hands are behind his head. Sometimes he's smiling. Sometimes he's just kind of rocking around like this. So right now we've got Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 3. Then on the right side, we have Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, which is, again, just another installment of the series. Bottom left, we've got Birth by Sleep. I don't think these two screens are particularly representative or something. They pretty much look like box art. I don't remember ever seeing this art in the game as far as I remember. The middle right one with 358 over 2 is like the standard, they're sitting eating ice cream photo. And then the bottom left one, I'm not really sure what's going on with that one. It doesn't seem familiar. I don't remember a scene in Birth by Sleep that looked like that because there were only so many times all three of them were together. So I don't really remember that. But in the bottom right, we have Sora in his Kingdom Hearts 3 outfit. So we actually skipped a game in between the two. So from Birth by Sleep, skipping into Kingdom Hearts 3, we actually skipped Dream Drop Distance, which I actually think is significant. We skipped Recoded, but whatever. Recoded was kind of just like, let's make like, I don't know. I feel like Recoded was kind of like a blip. Like where they're just like, let's make some awesome mechanics because it had awesome mechanics. It was super fun, but it was pretty inconsequential to the story as a whole. Just really introducing the idea of like data worlds, how you can hide in the data world. It might play into Union Cross based on how things are working out, but we're just going to not talk about that for now. I'm going to purposefully ignore it for purposes of this artwork. Now, what we notice is that, again, we skipped over Dream Drop Distance. And what's Kairi doing in the throne? She is sleeping. So what I want to say is that Kairi is going to learn how to dive into sleeping worlds in the same way that both Sora and Riku had to for Dream Drop Distance. And by doing that, she'll have to play through some of Sora's memories in order to, I guess, reach him. Based on the events of Kingdom Hearts 3, how it ended, and Remind, she might be entering sleeping worlds. So maybe, because it looks like the world in the end of Remind after fighting Yuzora, or the secret ending, is Shibuya, which means that we might have the world, or not the world that never was, but the world ends with you. The Shibuya and the world ends with you might be in the next Kingdom Hearts installment. And we don't know if that's a sleeping world. So Kairi in Melody of Memory might be just accessing Sora's memories because Sora's maybe like asleep and we have to go get him. Similarly to how we had to get him before with Riku. So Kairi might be learning how to dive into sleeping worlds. And what that means to me is that Kairi might become a little bit more playable. So I'm sure they saw the reaction of the fans in Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, where we were able to play as Kairi, and it was super hype. It was super exciting. I do have that all live streamed if you want to see what my personal reaction was to it. But she might be learning how to dive into sleeping worlds. So that's what this box art represents to me, because it's all of the memories. It's all the past games except Dream Drop Distance, which is not mentioned in any of these pictures. And it's Melody of Memory. So whose memories are we diving into? We might be diving into Sora's memories in order to wake him up from wherever he might be, because there's no way they're just gonna off Sora or anything like that. So we got to go find our guy. We got to figure out where he is, and Kairi is probably doing training in Melody of Memory in order to get to him. So I'm super excited to see what Melody of Memory has in store, and honestly, I can't wait until November 13th. That is going to be such a huge hype month. I am super duper excited for when it rolls around. But moving on to the last thing that I want to talk about is something I saw on Kingdom Hearts Insider. And for those of you, again, I am a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. It has nothing to do with Union Cross being my main channel stuff. Literally, my whole channel stuff is mainly Kingdom Hearts. Like, regardless of if it's like merchandise or playing another game, playing Remind, things like that. So when I have cool merchandise I want to show off, I will let you know. But this is something that's being released with Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, and I think it's super cute. It's like the Kingdom Hearts characters featured as Theatrhythm characters. So I'm super excited. I really want to buy these. If they sell them on the Square Enix store, I might just buy like a full box and get all of them, truthfully. The one big thing is that people have noticed that Kairi is not in here. I am willing to bet that Kairi is going to be the top left character. And actually, I just noticed this looking at it now, but they have Riku in his Dream Drop Distance outfit, but Sora in his Kingdom Hearts 1 outfit. So I don't know, it's kind of making me think about a few theories that potentially could be true. Again, going back to the whole why is Dream Drop Distance not in the box art? Maybe it's because we're going to explore another Dream Drop Distance concept of diving into Sleeping Worlds. So yeah, this is some cool merchandise that's coming out. Again, be on the lookout. It might be available in the Square Enix store, but I just wanted to show you all, just so in case you want to get it yourself, you know that it's coming. You know that it's coming, and that's what I'm here for, to just kind of inform you about stuff. So one last thing to keep in mind is that we did get new box artwork for the new game Melody of Memory, and what that likely means is that we are going to be getting it as a medal in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. So that might be the medal that we get for JP's anniversary next week. It's probably going to be called Key Art 25, and honestly, I've been thinking about it. It might potentially be the new meta. Now, we've all been thinking about the new meta as the next best heal buffer, but that doesn't necessarily have to be true. So remember that when the first Key Art 20 dropped, I guess the only Key Art 20, it was pretty much just a huge damage medal, and it sort of defined the meta because it kind of laid out the groundwork for higher multipliers. So for all we know, Key Art 25, which is what I'm calling it, it could be something else, it could be later down the line, Key Art 25 might be just a huge damaging medal. It might be a tier 11 that has a 29 multiplier, making it the best, strongest medal in the game in terms of just sheer damage output, similarly to how Key Art 20 was, and it was pretty much a similar artwork. I mean, look at the two right next to each other. The big difference is that Kairi's is light, whereas Sora's is more dark, and Kairi's pictures are filled as opposed to Sora's. So maybe that's what we're going to be seeing for JP Anniversary. If that's true, you know I got to pull for it. It's literally just concept to pull for medals that have Kairi in them. I was looking forward to the Kairi artwork from Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, but it looks like we might not be getting that. So if we get this one, you know I got to pull for it. It's literally just principle. But yeah, that is all for now. Again, let me know in the comments how excited you are for Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. I'm super excited because it's new storyline. It's going to be a fun Theatrhythm type game. It's Japanese music games. I'm a big fan of Japanese music games. I could literally play them for like hours and not even realize what time it is. If you haven't seen this game already, check out the game Vose. It's actually a super fun game for either your mobile phone or the Nintendo Switch. But that is all for now. Again, let me know what your thoughts are about Melody of Memory in the comments below. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave those down there as well. If you'd like to join my Discord and maybe talk about Melody of Memory or any of the Kingdom Hearts news that's coming out, go ahead and join. It's right down there in the yellow box. Just type it into your URL and you should be good to go. But that is all for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, until next time, take it easy.